Has this ever happened to you? You're playing ranked, you're drinking, you lock in Vi support for some reason. Well, have I got the guide for you when this happens again, you fucking alcoholic? So, we're going to be going over a few games that I recorded yesterday. We're going to be going over the early game for how to play this pick, for when you drunkenly pick it again. So the runes are Hail of Blades, Sudden Impact, Deep Ward, Ultimate Hunter, Jack of all trades, and Biscuits, as you can see, with Adaptive, and then your preference of health depending on matchup. I do think that the Domination tree is a very personal preference of you can take whatever you want for secondaries, but I think Hail of Blades is necessary. As for Jack of all trades, it's ultimately about the fact that the support item gives you 3 stacks immediately, just like Doran's Blade. So similar to like a Riven start where you go Boots and then Glowing Moat, you can get the 5 stacks basically at first recall. Though it's a lot easier because you can actually buy like Longsword Boots or Longsword Glowing Moat, whatever you can get. So here I noticed that my Xayah has started call, so that means we just want to trade farm and we don't necessarily want to fight. And in this matchup, I think that's for the most part correct. The difference with Vi as opposed to basically every other engaged support beyond Elise and maybe Rakan, but Rakan's kind of weak in this regard, is you have very good poke and wave control, and Rakan just doesn't have that. But Elise does. So here, I'm going to start E, and I'm just going to immediately hit the wave and get it pushing. It's very easy to overpush here, so I do not use the second E.
Alright, let's go.
But here we've got 1 minion ahead of theirs, and I'm just going to wait until the next wave comes. The important part to note with this is your E can hit them. It does, yeah, right there. It hits the Nami. It does good poke. Your first E will have your passive, and so you can be really reckless with it in terms of getting poked back. It's your second E that you need to be very careful with. I don't dodge the bubble, but as you can see, you can get great damage on that level 2 power spike. Unfortunately, they hit it at about the same time as us. Thankfully, I dodged that Jhin 4th shot. It is very hard to poke out a sustain lane like this, so you have to sometimes go for those Qs. Here, she doesn't have flash, and you can't barrier or heal, which she has both of during the knockup, so she just dies. Easy first blood. These are actually very common on this champ, partly because her damage level 2 to 3 is very, very good. A lot more than what you'd expect. Plus, people also don't like expect the Vi support to do anything. As some moonwalking. So what we're trying to do here, we're playing a very dangerous game because they have a Nasus, but thankfully that Nasus is being killed. But importantly, they have a very weak ganking juggler, so we can just play under turret, which prevents them from really being able to trade on us very well, and still allows my Xayah to get as much CS as possible, while taking a little bit of poke here and there. Here I ward because Nasus is respawning. Thankfully the Nasus does like nothing this game. They actually... This game is a stomp, spoilers, but the important part is the early game. We actually won't be watching any full gameplay today, because it's simply about how to play the lane phase. And as you can see, the push is quite strong. Old Nautilus used to have great pushing power like this, but they tuned it down a bit. My Ignite was terrible there. I see him barrier and I should have just took it.
This whole world is broken.
As we can see, Nasus is in mid lane, so we have room to go aggressive here. It really is all about spacing, but that's the same for any melee support. Avoiding like the Nami bubbles and the Jin W's is ideal. Why she walks up when I'm charging the Q, I have no idea. Finally utilizing Deep Ward. And another advantage of Vi is the percentage health damage really helps you take out objectives, and you can... It's just like Vi's ability to take dragons in jungle. Who would have thought? What do I buy here? I'll go for Dirk, right. Because I have 1,000 gold. And Dirk gives you the 5 stacks. Because it's AD and lethality. Because lethality is one of the stats that works. There's certain stats that don't. Like the gold per turn on the support item. Otherwise it would give you 4 stacks. And that would be pretty absurd. So now I have a really powerful spike. And so does my Xayah. So we just want to fight whenever possible at this point.
Might as well go down swinging.
I believe I still push for priority here, simply because I want to get us our level 6, because it's a lot easier to force it. Oh right, this is when I just sneak my way into this bush and take Nami's entire health bar. And dodge everything, except that. Boots would have helped a lot as well, but as you can see, the damage is very real. I don't know what is with this Nami and her setup, but this is a big anti-cook. You need flash. Here I'm just stepping up poorly. Taking that shot is always a mistake. I'm not even like zoning properly. I want the engage, but it's hard because we don't see where any of them are at this point.
Never trust an enforcer.
Tsunami's ward. I actually think control wards on the Tribush is not the greatest. Especially in matchups where you're losing priority. Here I have ultimate, so surely I go in, right? Yes. I don't think we connect this kill, but we get their sums. And push him out of lane. Time for the outplay. I'm just leaving the Jinnel because I have a dash.
Everyone's out for themselves.
He actually stays. Right, he's got Nami to heal him. Again, I recorded these games yesterday, so I don't remember everything that happens. I just remember that I win lane. Oh yeah. Hey look, Nasus ganks.
An enemy has been slain.
They're gonna die this. I start walking away, hoping that my Xayah will come with me, but she catches on too late, so I have to come back and help her. Wait for the Nasus ult to run out, and then I'm just looking for... Oh. That tower shot didn't go off and kill him? Right. This Nami is in trouble. Again, low elo. No one knows how to dive correctly.
Luck?
This is mid gold, low gold. My MMR's been terrible lately, so I know it's not actually my exact rank, which is always confusing. And here we have the cook. This is 9 jack stacks. All I need is MR, and I will be going Merc Treads this game. I dropped my YouTube link.
Still can't believe I joined the Enforcers. And
Oh,
for what?
I forgot I did that. Frozen Heart is good. The minus attack speed messes with the Jhin a lot. It's good against Nasus, it's good against Darius. Basically, whenever you can go Frozen Heart, you do, simply because this little glacial item, I forget what it's called. This dive is insane by our Olaf, but I commit. If I knew he was gonna do that, I might have. Nah, there's no way I save him. He always dies there. I'm surprised I leashed the plate goal here. I guess that counted as being in combat with the tower. Even though I don't remember
I have to take sides.
hitting it or... No, I did take a tower shot. That's why. This is a big mistake that I make this same day, sadly. Unfortunately, my Xayah can't quite make it out. But you always have to be careful when you have an engaged support and you are walking back to lane and they are pushing on your tower like that. I don't think that was my Olaf stopping to attack. I think I just lagged.
An enemy has been slain.
As you can see, I'm 4-0. My Xayah is doesn't actually have any of the kills, unfortunately. I was not trying to take these kills, but the first blood on Nami was just a solo kill. I'm glazing myself this game.
From the pain.
I was feeling very confident. If only it continued for the rest of the night instead of just roasted it. This control ward was an experiment by me. I don't think it worked out that well, but I figured we can just push forever and I can get permanent push control. Though we do lose it. And as you can see, I have 11 jack stacks with Merc, Shreds, Glacial, and Dirk, and the support item, obviously. Very bad spacing by them. I flashed as I had my own bad spacing. I stepped into tower. And that is why I lose my control word. Bloodsong, you go for every time. I never take anything other than Bloodsong. And since we forced out the Jhin Flash earlier, actually no, he burned Flash again. But whatever, I didn't see it. You force them to push up, show weakness, engage. The Vialt is the best part about every kit. That and the 20% armor shirt.
Shut down.
But yes, at this point we take turret. They surrender in like 3 minutes because the rest of the map is also dominating. I believe... Oh yes, this is something more support should be doing. Make your laner take jungle camps and help them do it. Because top laners do this all the time. Like I see Aloys taking jungle camps whenever he like can't get away. And here I encourage her to greed for more camps. We take this blue buff and I think we take one more wave. Partly because they can't punish us, and partly because I just want my Xayah to have as much CS as possible. Because while I am strong, I need her to also be strong. And if your laner doesn't fully understand the macro game, she takes it still. That's great. If your laner doesn't fully understand the macro game, you can direct them. Not everyone will listen, but I performed well, so my Xayah is liable to listen. Oh yeah, here I encourage her to greed for another wave. Because I have ultimate, they can't punish us. I think they surrender basically before we come back. Yeah, we make you big. We get 10 CS a minute on Xayah, and they surrender. That was a quick one. And we are right into game 2. If I remember, this game is a lot messier than the other one. But we have a Samira. I got a lot of Samiras in my games. It's reasonable. It's engage. Samira wants engage. If you don't have engage, you don't pick Samira. Though Vi actually, I think, prefers Kaisa over Samira. Simply because Samira actually wants to do her all-in at level 3, not level 2. Whereas I think Vi is more about pushing for priority and then getting the level up timer for a level 2 push. Oh yeah, a lot happens in chat this game. Thankfully we have this very friendly set jungle, which I'm not gonna complain about because I'm the degenerate playing Vi support, so what can I say to that? It actually does pretty good this game. The jungle matchup is a lot harder, but I think I just mistakenly don't account for that this game, which you should always account for your jungle matchup if you're a laner. If you don't do that, you're creeping. Again, we push. That is packet loss. I have bad internet. It happens. But we're staying 1 minion up on them during this first wave. And then it's the second wave that I use both E's. No, the bomb. I have bad packet loss this game. But good poke. Vayne's already at half health. I get the Zillion's flash here. I expected him to do it, but I didn't feel like overextending by actually... I should have just not let the Q go. The great thing about Vi Q is if you don't finish channeling it, you get a mana refund. Oh yeah, I killed the Vayne here. She was just not expecting the damage. She barriered way too late. I was very surprised when I dodged that. I was sure that was gonna hit me. I was gonna get double bombed and like killed under tower, and it was gonna be terrible. But Zillion's bad, and I dodged stuff while lagging. I just go for another trade here. I get bombed. I end up having flash here. Oh yeah, this Vayne does chase me all the way out. But she gets punished for it.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, here we go again.
She doesn't even need to barrier, she just needs to kill them. So it was a bit of a mistake by me, but it was more of a mistake by them to just chase through my AD carry. Because realistically, like, everybody lives here and they just burn my flash for free.
Not so much.
That is like the danger of basically any engaged support, to be honest. Like, this is not a unique like issue with Vi. The only one who doesn't have this is Blitzcrank, because obviously you bring the enemy to you, but even then you can like, have a bad hook.
It's on me.
I try to go for this roam since my ADC is not in lane, but there's just no angle. Azir can always dash away, and he's playing very safely far back. I delay coming to lane here because I want to sync up with my Samira. This minion wave is too big though. But my Samira goes in anyways, and I have to protect her. I could say maybe I should have pinged her to not go in, but I don't think that would have mattered. I think she was set to go in. Hitboxes. But they're still, while they're trying to crash the wave, is the opportunity to engage. Because we still clean up most of the CS, because that's the important part. If we got that kill there, and lost the entire wave, that would not be worth it. Because that's the same idea to why proxying is so effective in top lane. Because if you lose the whole wave, the XP and everything, it just isn't very good, especially in bot lane specifically. Because 2v like assist kills are worth a lot less XP than solo kills.
Why run from the pain? Keeps me focused.
I recently learned how the death home guards and just home guards in general work. I used to like walk through jungle and stuff just so I could pivot, but I realized that is actually incorrect because it slows you down a lot. Because as soon as you enter jungle, home guards like end. There's like dead zones. Actually, I think both of us make the mistake here by pushing too hard, but... Right, Zillion's roaming at this point. Because he just abandons the lane. And I'm trying to zone. I'm losing some health for it, but I've got full refillable and biscuits.
An enemy has been slain.
I didn't talk about the items, but the items are fairly simple. It's just trying to get Jack of all trades, but thankfully you can get it with longsword and boots. I only ever go for Dirk, specifically if I can afford the whole thing. Here we're trying to go for Dragon, but it's like... I guess I'm a little late to the party, but we just re-engage on them. Get a great trade. I'm considering the dive here, but I just don't trust it, and I don't think my team does either. If they pinged me in, I would have absolutely gone for it. I'm silly like that. But we're just trying to get the wave in so we can get Drake. Then I don't know why my Samira isn't sticking around to get the full wave, but I grabbed the last of the CS. Here, it's all about where is the Lee Sin going to go, and then just being ready for it. I was kind of baiting him to go into the pit, because we had it leashed out, but he can like dash to me and then get on Dragon. But he went for the Malzahar, and that was just a mistake. Oh, this was bad by me. I had the vision, and the vision was terrible. Where I knew that I could just wait. If I just kill these minions, I can get 6, and then I can flash alter. And that was bad.
Got distracted thinking about cupcakes. Lesson learned.
Like even like immediately after I press R, I'm just like, this is terrible. So that's why this game ended up messier than the other one. Now, I do have a second death that I was extremely surprised by. that you're gonna see here, which is another dive.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Where's the nearest dive bar?
I think it might be here. Nope. Here we just put. Oh right, this is where we do this. This is why I wanted this game here. Yeah, we proxy. Gazillion's already shown like disinterest, and the Lee Sin is not strong, so we can just
Luck?
hard punish.
I make my own luck.
I could have maybe waited in the bush, but I didn't care to. I wanted to rub it in the Vayne's face because I think that is. It's not maximized for kill potential, but is maximizing the just demoralizing her. Plus, it guarantees that she can't like slip in. She'll be too scared to even walk into XP range. Yeah, if you're an ADC in this position, you just have a absolutely horrible time. And we get the kill too. I think I'd go for the 1v1 here. The 1-for-1 here. Yep.
An enemy has been slain.
I think that's completely fine. It's a kill to Zillion. We get another plate. She ends up picking up a lot of this wave. No, she didn't chase. That would be suicidal.
Smile through the pain.
I'm considering what to buy here. I just get Merc Treads. Because you don't always go for the 10 Jack stacks. It is just it is a very cheap spike. That is the intention behind it. If you back and you can afford to buy a real item, do it. It's way better. But you get a lot of mostly like utility and survivability, plus damage. But if you can get like the full Serpent's Fang, the full opportunity, Umbral Glaive, whatever, you will 100% do that.
Fists over badges any day.
Yeah, this set's like, Vi should roam. No. This is not the point that I roam. This is the point that I try to punish, especially because tower is still up. This is where I die, and that's what happens. Okay, she kills the minion. I'm like desperately trying to like kill the tower, but it does not work. I did not see the other minion was solo health. It ends up being fine because they just kill. My Samira is not happy with me right now, and she like flames me.
That was nothing. Try surviving the lane.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to apologize here because that was my bad. That was also stupid. Like, she's just not having it. Here the turret does go down, so I have more of an opportunity to look for a roam.
At least this place is nicer than still.
I'm also a little distracted because it's just like the Samira is flaming me, and I do not like that. But I just ended up muting her. Oh yeah, this is the point where I just like, yeah, alright buddy. I get it, you're an ADC main. I don't think much else happens here, though. Outside of, like, those two mistakes, I think all my deaths were fine. Technically 3 mistakes, but I shouldn't have died there. They just inted to actually confirm the kill.
Oh, my head.
It was more that I burned flash. I think I also die for it here. No, I live.
Wow, not really the best you got? Boring.
I would have considered dying for it, but I think my Samira would have been too mad at me. So I try to not necessarily go for good deaths and just go for KDA. Because sometimes you just have to do that, or your team will be mad at you. Here we don't have our jungler, so while I wanted to go for the Rift Herald, it's just not possible. I have a lot of control wards.
Dreams and goals don't pay your tab.
And then they just back off and we take it. Patience. That's all that is. I think the rest of this game, if I recall correctly, is fairly uninteresting. It's very textbook. I don't know why Set just doesn't take it.
An ally has been slain.
Oh, Nasus dies to Vayne. The rest of this game is very textbook. We just we have a lead, we push for objectives in Baron. So I will go to game 3. Here we are in game 3. We have another Samira. The jungle matchup, I think, is fairly even. But it doesn't matter, and you're going to see why, because we're going for an invade. In 95% of games, I will start E, because it's just what you want. You do not want to start Q in lane. Unless you, like, need to fight or want to fight. And it's usually wrong to do that over pushing for lane priority with E. But here we're going for an invade.
Yeah, I'm coming.
As you can see, I do not skill the ability immediately. That is another trick. Because if I can avoid starting Q, I will do that. The only time you want to start Q is when you want to do the engage at this level 1, or you want to not have to burn flash and need the escape. Sometimes I will burn flash just to, oh yeah, there's the Morgana. And this invade is not done, because we get the ward down, and we do go back for it, because I see my Nefiri walking back in. A little later than I should have moved a little bit sooner, but I'm still here in time. Unfortunately, I missed the Q, but correctly, I try to wait until he's low to get the smite off and get the kill. I die for it, I believe, but they lose XP here. They burn exhaust. I forgot to ping that. And then Samira gets a claim because she's level 2 and they're level 1.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I think she canceled an auto. She might have been able to kill the... Oh, she does kill the Ashe. So yeah, that's 3-0 on AD carry. This is why guarding your entrances is very, very important for a jungler.
Fists over badges any day.
And I think I send a message in chat. Yeah. Now farm hard, because the correct thing to do here, as the jungler, is to make sure that he can't get stuff back, and to make sure you maintain the lead, because many junglers Like, I watch Electro's stream
Not so much.
quite a bit. And usually what'll happen if the enemy jungler gets in this position is they will, like, not even be able to maintain, like, a CS lead. Or at least a significant lead in, like, any metric. I go for this level 1 trade because I have Q. And that's just another way to maintain priority. Trade a little bit of my health for it. I don't know why she's pinging there, because there's no way Jarvan goes for that gank. And even if he did, like... I warded anyway, just in case. I think my Samira's pathing is pretty poor here. Or not Samira, my Nefiri's pathing is pretty poor here, but... I'm not a jungler. Alright, here, because I'm so low level, I just try to maintain in CS range, or XP range, because I need to catch back up. And I'm just playing evasive. Whenever the early game is very messy like this, you just need to get that. I'm surprised that trade turned out so well for me.
An enemy has been slain.
Dreams and goals don't pay your tab.
Thankfully, they're just very scared of the Samira. I probably should have been dead there, but I don't think they had enough sums to properly kill me. Maybe if they both, like... No, they had to have used Flash. We see the Jarvan.
Still can't believe I joined the Enforcers. And for what?
So I'm just trying to play in bushes. And just fainting with Q, as you can see.
This whole world is broken.
Once you have a lead like this, you do not need to necessarily snowball even harder. You don't need to force it. Because if we just farm even, my Samira will spike on an item faster than the Ashe. And by then we'll be level 6 and then we can just engage. But there's no reason to force it against the jungler.
In the pit, I'm free.
Yeah, just continue to
Nothing left to lose.
force out the priority. Also trying to make it so they can't freeze as best I can. That actually hits me. Oh, this is disgusting.
I was born fighting. I'll die fighting.
I was very surprised I got that kill.
Killing spree. Double
I was like, wait a minute, they used everything and Morgana's low. Just kill her. I actually tried to ignite her, but she just died that fast. But my expectation was probably going for like the 1-for-1 trade, but we just have too much of a lead, and 1-for-1 would have been a mistake.
Finally, a real.
It is very important, like, as a lower elo player, like myself, I am just told to recognize when you are making mistakes and try to improve on it as much as possible, because you will always make the mistake. And it won't always be the most obvious thing.
Where's the nearest dive bar?
And that is how you climb. It is not your team's fault that you are stuck in silver. Or iron, or whatever you are in.
An enemy has been slain.
Everyone loves an underdog story. Until it's their turn in the pit.
I wish I could see how much gold my Samira has. I think we go for the recall here.
If I have to take sides, I'd rather stand alone.
Again, I just go for the Dirk. And I go for the roam because grubs. That's right. Always roam for grubs if you're the support. As like the biggest advice that I can give to like a new support player is you need to contest any objective your jungler is willing to contest.
At least this place is nicer than Stillwater.
And roaming for grubs is like the most obvious.
I spent so many nights in that hellhole. I can't think.
Oh yeah, here I look at top lane because I can see he's low. And this is another mistake I make. Not going for the gank, it's greeting for it, because I could have lived here. I believe he knows that I'm here. He must have seen me on a ward. It's worth it, but I could have lived. Because he loses the whole wave, Malphite takes a plate, and it just continues to snowball in the Malphite's favor. But always wait for the wave. Because I could have taken like 1 or 2 less tower shots and like actually been fine. Especially because he was ready for it.
No, can't go down that road again.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
I think mechanically how I played the dive was correct to go for the flash Q. Simply because I needed to force him to be closer to my Malphite. But maybe I just should have also ulted, but he dashed either way.
Why run from the pain? Keeps me focused.
This game especially turns into a very boring late game because it is just... we have leads, we push lanes really hard. There isn't really much for me as the support to do other than make sure that all my laners continue to have high CS numbers and kills. Overall, I do end up over-roaming because Ashe, Morgana does end up being too much for my Samira to handle.
Everyone's out for themselves.
Dominating.
But I figured if I can get the rest of my team snowballing as well, that's good. This is such a weird engage by them.
Alright, where can I get a cold one?
Yeah, Neferi didn't even need to do anything. I think if Neferi wasn't there, they wouldn't have retreated and then we'd just kill both of them and straight up 2v2. Again, always contest every objective your jungler is willing to go for. Unless it's really obvious that you should be letting your jungler like solo the objective. But I rarely want to do that. I think it's too coin flippy. Wards. Just wards. They get kills. They win games.
An enemy has been slain.
I say this as I'm still on 3 ward charges, because somebody else warded that. But that's just what you do as support. You take credits for ward placements that aren't even yours. And here I'm really determined to just make the Yon's life hell by making it so he can't ever walk up. Although the tower is too low to actually like pull this off. I'm just here to see if he does the stupid.
An ally has been slain.
And my Samira pays for it because Jarvan went bot lane.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Trust an enforcer, no matter how good they look in uniform.
Yeah, I'm looking for something here, but it's just not advisable. I should have just gone back to bot lane and continued to play out the 2v2.
Stabilities are nothing but trench and trash. A problem to be solved. They can bury me in a stone box, but they can't get me.
Here I go for Serpent's Fang. It's alright. They have 3 shields. I don't think we have enough innate magic damage to even break the Morgana shield even with the Serpent's Fang cutting it in half. So Serpent's Fang might have been a mistake, but it's still alright against Yone and Jarvan. Again, this is another mistake by me, where I'm just sitting here trying to get ganks off when I should just be winning the 2v2 harder. But I see the win condition in this Aurelia so bad. But I just wasn't in with it.
Double kill. Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Yeah, I finally realized the mistake I am making. But here we go for the lane swap. This movement right here is just me misreading things. I thought my Samira was going to go top lane. I don't know why I thought that.
This whole world is broken. Luck? I make my own luck.
Unfortunately, I don't have sweeper, so they just have vision in that bush, so I already used it. Even now, you can see why the rest of this game turns into a pretty boring one, because the enemy just plays super passive, and then we take every objective. And then we win the game. See this? This is the entire rest of the game. Alright. So, I hope you liked these games. I hope you learned something, or they were at least entertaining. Remember to like, subscribe, twist it, boff it, retweet, etc. And have a great day.